Hello everyone, I'm Miguel Sanchez and welcome to today's installment of The World of Blocks. I'm so glad you're here today because we are finally in it to win it. So believe me, it's going to be a lot of fun. System error continues today and we're so glad you finally made it for another installment of The World of Blocks. So for those who have seen it, yeah, I highly recommend you go watch it right now. System error, prologue on the link via the top right corner of the screen. The episode is right up there for you to go watch right now. But no, let's not wait any more of your time here. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So if you're ready, good, then let's get started. Here we go. This is System Error, Chapter 1, and it is Welcome to the Ablockalypse. So I believe we are ready for what promises to be a good episode of The World of Blocks. So the prologue is done. Now we're moving on to the first chapter in the story. This is Chapter 1, System Error, and we are starting up with Welcome to the Ablockalypse. So if you're ready, let's begin. Before we do, credit goes to Infinite Setting Pit on TV Art. He was the one who created all this, not me. I didn't create it, it was him. So thank you for Infinite Setting Pit. If you want to go check out his channel, I'll leave it down below. If you want to go check out his page, I'll leave it down below in the video description. So thank you, Infinite Setting Pit. One final thing, warning, Later Blocks is a property of Blues Animation Studios, Ablockalypse Limited, and the BBC, which of course is the British Broadcasting Corporation. No copyright infringement is intended. I owe nothing, you have been warned. Thank you for your attention, everybody. And now, enjoy the story, everyone. The World of Blocks, System Error, Chapter 1, Welcome to the Ablockalypse. Error was woken from his slumber by a commotion going on outside. However, it wasn't the music and merriment he was accustomed to hearing, but instead, screams of horror and pain. After the noise died down, his curiosity led him to climbing up the ladder to the surface, wondering what sort of struggle had just occurred. When he saw 13's corpse lying outside of the entrance to what he now knew was called the Two Palm Dance Floor, he was mortified. He cried out in despair and ran over to the body. He knew that 13 was unlucky, but he didn't think he'd ever be this lucky. He had claw and bite marks all over him, and Era wondered what sort of creature would do this to a block. 13. Era whimpered, and the body split into the corpses of 10 and 3. Guess some things never changed, even death. Era then remembered what he learned about death from his frequent trips to spy on the other blocks. Apparently, a block's soul stuck around after death, and Queen Iris, the ruler of the whole world, could bring them back to life. He breathed a sigh of relief as he reasoned that 13's soul would have simply flown out to find Queen Iris. He was about to go back to his chamber when he heard growling. He turned to see a robotic -4 with radical features creeping towards him. Realizing that this must have been what killed 13, Era panicked and ran, leaving the Two Palms dance floor behind. The robot gave pursuit, moving at an alarmingly fast rate. It easily caught up to Era and was about to pounce on him when it slammed into by a bigger number block. Era tripped and fell and turned himself upright to see that 18 was fighting the robot. 18's rays burned through the robot's metal, melting down half of its blocks and causing it to hop away with only one leg. Then the super rectangle looked over at Era, and there was a glint of recognition in his eyes. You're that guy Zira made when she tried to fight by herself, he said. Upon seeing Era's scared expression, he approached him calmly. Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. You're not scared of me? We were never scared of you to begin with. We've been wanting to be your friends this whole time. Era now felt incredibly silly, having hid himself this whole time due to a simple misunderstanding. Well, that's great. He stood up. My name is Era. I can see it in your eyes, 18 joked. He tried to laugh, but his face quickly felt serious. This confused Era. Wasn't 18 unusually goofy and cheerful? Are you okay? Asked Era. Nothing is okay right now, admitted 18. Come on, we need to get you to safety. 18 picked up Era and flew him all the way to Numberlock Castle. He knocked in a distant patter, and 19 opened the door a crack. 18, who is this? Who's this? She asked, having not been present during Era's creation. Era, I told you about him, whispered 18. 19 let them both in, and Error was led through a secret passageway behind a bookcase and into a large library. There were several of the number blocks here, as well as a few blocks Error recognized as genre blocks. The blocks were surprised to see Error, who 18 explained had been rescued from the robot whose name turned out to be Ratty. Error was glad to see that the other blocks were kind and sympathetic towards him, especially since 16 was among these blocks. Error would be excited to officially meet her, but right now he had some questions. What's going on? Why did a robot attack me? And why are we all hiding down here? We're in the Ablockalypse, said 16, managing to crack a pun in spite of her serious demeanor. 16, now... 16, now's not the time for puns, 15 gently scolded. Let me explain. And so she did, recounting everything that had led to this point. How Negative Infinity had created her own souls, how they find robotic bodies, how they killed so many blocks and captured their souls for Negative Infinity to corrupt, and how Negative Infinity was now free at war with Sensational 16, who was under the influence of the powerful Golden Infinity. 12 is one of the corrupted souls, 18 choked out, looking ready to break down in tears. So is my amigo, added the blue mask Terrible 2. Error had noticed his presence until now, and knowing that the Terrible 2s were usually out to cause trouble, he knew that things were serious if one of them was looking so solemn. Then Error remembered what he'd seen shortly after waking up. I found 13's corpse outside the 2 palm stairs floor. One looked down in sadness. His soul must have been taken to give to Negative Infinity for corruption. Her robots have killed several other neurologs. 14, 20, 22. Negative Infinity herself took the biggest numbers first. 19 recalled the memory of 100 being obliterated, flashing before her eyes. What about Queen Iris? Asked Error. Negative Infinity made her and Infinity disappear, answered one. Zero spike on Negative Infinity, so we might find out where they are. Error was horrified by the state that Neverland, and by extension, the rest of Infinity was in. Is this the end? No, 15 declared. Not if we can help it. Just then, the bookcase swung open, and Zero floated in, looking as excited as a flying mouth could look. You guys, I found out where Iris and Infinity are being held. That's fantastic news, exclaimed 18. But where are they? She said Negative Neverland, said Zero. And I think she's also said something about Panther Palace. The Panther Palace is Negative Neverland, of course. One jumped up. We have to go there. Hush, hush. It's way too dangerous to go out right now, warned 15. What other choice do we have? Argued one. This may be our only chance to save Infinity and restore it back to normal. Who's with me? I am. Terrible 2 Blue stepped forward. Negative Infinity as my amigo and Altonati. We are going to get them back no matter the cost. All the other normal blocks in the room soon agreed, realizing that they truly did have no other choice. The Java blocks helped them prepare, packing up a bag of supplies that 16 decided to carry. As squares, like her, were very strong, the normal blocks snuck out of the castle under the cover of darkness and traveled all the way to the mirror that connected the 2 versions of Neverland. They went through one by one and ventured forth into a dangerous world. Eric couldn't believe that he was finally among the other blocks, but wished that his goal had been reached under less apocalyptic circumstances. At least 16 was here. XXX. Ratty was on his side, having fallen over and given up on but trying to move any further, knowing that he was still in Neverland and bound to get caught by Sensational 16. He abandoned his mechanical body, and his soul flew away to fight Negative Infinity and request a new body. Sensational 16 did indeed come by and destroy Ratty's body just for good measure, which released 13's soul from inside of it. Hello there, 13 said nervously, intimidated by the power of his 16 that this 16 now held. Sensational 16 took hold of 13's soul and teleported away with it, transporting them both to the floating palace she had constructed for herself and the blocks she had rescued. Once inside, she created a body for 13th soul to inhabit and directed him towards the other number blocks. Nearly all the blocks who had been brought here were being trained for battle against negative infinity's forces. Sensational 16 knew they'd be outnumbered, but she would still make them fight, hoping that after negative infinity's defeat, she'd be able to take complete control of Avidia and be a far better ruler than Iris ever was. The only blocks who wouldn't be made to fight were W and Y, as they were too young to participate in the coming battle. They had been among the blocks who fought darkness in the human world, but this time there would be a full-scale war. They sat with each other, severely traumatized by recent events. Q was trying to comfort them, but she was too upset, especially by the loss of you, the Alpha Block, who she felt completed her. Sensational 16 watched the blocks train for a bit, then went up to her room. Block and Octonaughty were being more vocal than ever in her mind, and she'd become numb to their presence. But now that she was alone, she could listen clearly to what they had to say. "Please, Sensational 16, you need to remember who you are," cried Octoblock. "You said you wanted to be your own person, but this definitely isn't who you're meant to be." Who am I meant to be? Sensational 16 couldn't remember anything that had happened before she switched out her number link for the Golden Infinity, though her subconscious memory of her friends had made her ensure that they were brought to her palace. "At this point, I don't care about you being a hero or villain," said a distressed Octonaughty. "I just want things to go back to normal. Oh, trust me, things will be even better than before once all of Nvidia is under my control," Sensational 16 promised, sincerely believing that she could create a grander world than Infinity could ever dream of. But first, she and the other blocks had to fight for it. To be continued. Well, guys, it's over! Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Chapter 1 is finally over, ladies and gentlemen, and I can't believe it. So what's going to happen in Chapter 2? You better come back tomorrow to find out. But for now, thank you so much for watching Chapter 1 of... That's right, System Error. Thank you all for watching. Check out some other cool videos here on the channel, and make sure you stay tuned for more new episodes of Moshi Monster's biography and Sammy Character Origins later today. But for now, all these must come to an end. I'll see you tomorrow for Chapter 2 here on The World of Blocks. Until then, I'm Miguel Sanchez, your result, and I will see you tomorrow here on The World of Blocks. Join me tomorrow for System Error Chapter 2, The Other Side. Wow, can't wait for that. We're about to go into the other side as the number blocks and genre blocks go into another dimension and see what it looks like to save Error and the rest of the souls that have been taken by negative infinity. So we'll see you tomorrow for System Error Chapter 2, The Other Side. Until then, I'm Miguel Sanchez. Please remember to leave a like, share this video with your friends, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, turn on notifications to not miss a new video. Please subscribe to notifications to not miss another new video from me, as we are on the road to 400 subscribers. Thank you all for watching today. Have a great rest of your day. I'm Miguel Sanchez. You be yourself. For everyone here at the World of Blocks, Black Lives Matter. Thank you so much for watching. Like, favorite, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Laters!